Hello, this is Annie from Creative Customized Programming, and in this video we will discuss setting up your trait royalty table. So from your main startup screen, select Menu and then System Settings. If you do not see System Settings, that means you do not have access to this portion of the program. From here, you first want to make sure your default zone is correct, as this does affect your pricing on your trait royalty table. Once that is correct, select your trait royalty table, and then you will see a list populate. This currently will list all of your traits that you have set up in the system as well as your zones. So if this is blank or there's very little information, that means you have not finished setting up your trait royalty table. So here you can see for each trait, we do have one line for each individual zone that we do ship to. So here we'll see zone 1, what the trait is, and then the gross royalty for each of the zones. Price adjustment will automatically calculate based on your default zone. So you can see zone 1 is a price adjustment of $0. However, then zone 2, there's a $7 difference, so there's a $7 price adjustment. Net royalties, you do enter in. Replant royalty, you would want to enter this in as well if you do have replant royalties. And then replant price adjustment would also calculate automatically as well based on your zone information. Then you will fill in your pay to. A UPC if there is one off of your trait information from your license company, your legal description, as well as your license company, as this could be different than the pay to. The license company is very important, as this also will affect which license information it does pull for your GPOS reporting. If you do want to add a new trait in here, you will click the new button. Just so you know, it does add it directly below whichever line that you were selected on before. When you do click out of the line, it may move it to its proper place, or sometimes it moves it after you have two already in the system. So here we would enter your new zone. If you do have that trait in your product list, it will populate automatically on this list. I was going to add in a new trait that isn't in our product list. And then you will enter in your gross royalty information, your net royalty, and your replant royalty. And as I said, your replant price adjustment and your price adjustment will take place automatically. As you can see, when I clicked out, I had already started one of these, so it did automatically move it to its correct place. Since I already have a zone 1, let's change that to a zone 3. And now we can add in the correct pricing. So if you can see, if I did a $68 versus $75, it does automatically calculate your $7 price difference. And if I do a replant royalty, that automatically calculated as well. All right, and then to select a new line, you can select it. As you can see, since it was out of order, it did put it in order. And now to add a new line, we would just select new again. You do have the option to update your pricing if you do change this at any point during the year. The caveat being, if you do change this mid-year or after you have already started invoicing or sent booking confirmations, and you do change the information on here, you do have the option to change all bookings in 2015, so you could select OK here. This will go through though and update all pricings based on zone So if you have already invoiced and you modify this information, you may have to reapply payments or resend invoices as your information may change. And that is how you complete your trait royalty table. Just so you know, this is something we can input for you. If you did want to send us an Excel spreadsheet, what that spreadsheet does need to have is the zones, one line for each zone that you ship to, the trait, the gross royalty, net royalty, if you have replant royalties, the pay to, UPC if there is one, legal description, and license company. So all of those headers do need to be in there. Price adjustment and replant price adjustment will automatically calculate, so we do not need that information. So again, this is a very important table to fill out as soon as you possibly can and before you start GPOS reporting, because this will affect all of your GPOS reports. So if you are going into your GPOS reports and you're not seeing any information pulling, that probably is because you do not have your trait breakdown set up. So once you are finished here, you can go to menu and navigate to other places, or you can hit the back button to go back. And I hope this answers all of your questions in setting up your trait royalty table. If you do have any feedback for this video or videos you would like to see in the future, please let me know at Anastasia@creativecustomizedprogramming.com. Thank you.